Welcome to my channel and happy Christmas Eve. As it's a Friday night, I thought I would get myself all glammed up, but I'm not going out anywhere because this is one of those Friday nights when you just want to sit on a rug under your Christmas tree and stuff your face with donuts. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. Now, I am going to be doing a taste test and review of Christmas donuts from 4 different donut companies. That's a lot of donuts and I'm not going to be eating them all in the same evening. So this video is going to be recorded over 4 different days and then I'll pop it all together into the final edit. I wouldn't be able to eat all those donuts. I would be very, very sick, and nobody wants to spend Christmas Day feeling sick. That's what Boxing Day is for. So without any further ado, let's get stuck in with the first box of Christmas donuts. Krispy Kreme. Now, I did have a Krispy Kreme stall at my local shopping centre. It did not survive the pandemic. So I had to get these from my local Sainsbury's and it was £6 for the box of 3. So let's have a closer look at the actual donuts themselves. So first up we have Tree Yourself, which is a Christmas tree, and I did damage the icing, so that is my fault. And it's filled with caramelized biscuit cream filling, and then it's just iced, as you can see. This one is called So Good Pud. Now it's meant to have a decoration on the top which looks like some icing and holly, but this one doesn't, so I'm hoping that it is actually the correct donut and they haven't put like a chocolate one in by mistake. But So Good Pud is filled with gingerbread and caramel. And finally, Sprinkle Bells, which is just the signature ring hand dipped in chocolate icing and festive sprinkles. So I'm just going to take one bite of each donut and let you know what I think of it. I'm actually going to start with So Good in the Pud because I'm not convinced that they've given me the right donut. It is meant to have a holly leaf on it. Now, top tip when I eat donuts, I find the hole where it's been filled, and that's the side I bite into because it minimises the amount of filling that drips out, I find. The first time I had a Greg's fudge donut, which is the one filled with custard, I didn't know it was filled. It was a break at work, so I was there in all my work clothes and I got custard all down my front like a toddler. Fabulous. Anyway, let's see how this Krispy Kreme tastes. I do need to ask myself, why do I always put lipstick on when I'm doing a taste test? It's pointless. Well, the good news is it is definitely the correct donut because the filling does have an unmistakable gingerbread taste to it. The caramel, I'm not really guessing as much. It is more gingerbread, but it's not a really, really strong gingerbread taste. So even if you're someone who's not that keen on gingerbread, I think you would probably still like this donut. You can see there's plenty of filling and it's got a lovely, light, fluffy looking dough and plenty of coverage on the top with the icing. So I think this is actually a really, really nice donut. And yeah, I would say it does have a Christmassy flavour to it. I just wish it had the proper decoration on the top that it's meant to have, because even though it is just aesthetic, well, it would affect the flavour a bit because you'd have the taste of it as well, but it would make it just feel that bit more Christmassy. But overall, I like it and we're off to a good start. Sprinkle Bells. This is going to be messy, I can tell. It's a nice donut. The sprinkles do give it a bit of crunch. Otherwise, I wouldn't say they really add a lot to it, just the texture. I've said before, not mad keen on sprinkles, but they do work on this donut. It doesn't have as much flavour as the first one because it's not filled, but it's still very nice. However, I wouldn't say it screams Christmas, either in how it looks or how it tastes. I really wish the box of 3 contained the dough man, which is the one shaped like a snowman. I'm sure there will be plenty of other people on YouTube who've done reviews of Krispy Kreme and will have included that one. And very sticky. Not in a good way. I'm hoping that I've saved the best for last, because from the description, this one sounds pretty much like it's a Biscoff flavoured Christmas tree. And it doesn't actually say, but that is a flake sticking out the bottom. I'm not quite sure how deep it goes. Not very. That's all the flake that you get. I'm not going to try and eat that because I know what a flake tastes like. I like them. It will make a mess. Although, to be fair, I'm getting myself covered in icing as it is. That's disappointing. Okay, I'm going to try not to touch the donuts again. I did actually have to go and wash my hands after that because I was so covered in green icing I couldn't touch anything. But I am going to have to pick it up again. You can see it has got the filling, but the caramel flavour, it's just not there. It's a nice donut, and again, whilst it looks Christmassy, the flavour doesn't scream Christmas to me. For £6, I mean, they're not massive donuts. I think Krispy Kreme is one of these companies that can be a bit overrated and hyped up. And I think for that reason, I was really expecting these to blow my mind, and they haven't. I don't think they're going to be my favourite of the donuts that I will be trying. But I need to wait until the end to decide. And we're only at the beginning. There is more to come. Tim Hortons. Now, even though this is a bag with delivery on it, I actually went and bought these from the Tim Hortons shop. They just put them in the bag for me. So I have 4 donuts. I've got their festive ones. So I've got the caramel filled cruller, which was $1.99. The reindeer, which is $2.29. The Snowball surprise, which is $2.99. And the Millionaires chocolate donut, which is $2.29. First up is the Snowball, which I don't actually know how I'm going to get my mouth around this. Look at it, it's absolutely enormous. How am I meant to eat this? Look, doesn't fit. I'm just going to have to do my best, and this is probably not going to be pretty, so it may require quite a bit of editing. Ooh. I was not expecting that to be filled, but that's the chocolate filling. White chocolate, fudge cubes, and various other chocolate bits that I'm dropping all over my nice white rug. And it's a white chocolate dough. It's very nice. The donut itself is nice and fluffy. It doesn't taste fried. I do really rate Tim Hortons donuts. My reindeer has had an accident. His antlers have come off, so I'll just eat them. I don't know what that nose is. I hope it's not Ferrero Rocher, because hazelnuts, yuck. I don't think I'm going to get to the nose in one bite. I am just going to pull the nose off. Sorry, Rudolph, but you've already lost your antlers. Oh. It's a chocolate Timbit. I've never had a Timbit before. The donut doesn't have much flavour itself, but the icing is a really nice, rich, chocolatey icing. It's good. And I'm not normally one to go for the chocolate flavoured donuts, and that Timbit is chocolate flavour as well as the chocolate icing, and it's a really, really good flavour. Really nice. I'm going to go next for the Millionaires caramel donut. I have to say, I'm not entirely sure what's festive about this, except that Millionaires seems to be around every Christmas, which I won't complain about because I love it. Caramel filling. Same chocolate icing as Rudolph, but it's not amazing. Would I get any of those three again? Probably not, but a lot of that is to do with the price. Caramel filled cruller. Now I know they do a honey cruller. I've never had one. Again, not really sure how this is Christmas flavoured, or, I mean, it kind of looks like a wreath, but we'll see what it tastes like. I think it's more fried than the donuts. That's amazing. I have never tasted anything like this. It is fried, but it's kind of got layers, a bit like a yum nut, but it doesn't taste like a yum nut. And it's, the glazing on it is quite sticky and sweet, but it's lighter than a donut. That's the only way I can describe it. I think of all four, that cruller is my favourite. And it's the cheapest of the four, so that's an added bonus. That's what Tim Hortons has on offer in the way of festive donuts. If there is a Tim Hortons near you and you fancy a Christmas donut, definitely worth popping in and picking up one of these for yourself. But I'm going to kick back, watch something on the telly and stay cozy and warm because, baby, it's cold outside. Be glad I didn't sing that. Next up on the donut front, we have a box of 4 donuts from Project D. Now, this costs £12 plus £5 for delivery by DPD, but I did have a discount for it, which is always a bonus. And the ones that I went for are Ray Ray's Reunion. These were baked and dispatched yesterday and arrived today. Not my first order with Project D. I do have a video up already of a review of one of their other boxes of donuts, if you want to check that out. The big reveal. And here they are in all their monster donut glory. So the red blobs are actually meant to be noses, and unfortunately they have been squashed in transit. But other than that, I think they look pretty good. So this is Dasher, and this one is a classic Homer with a white chocolate base and some colourful Merry Sprinkles on the top. Then we have Dancer, which is a salted caramel base with tiny soft fudge gifts. This is Blitzen, a white chocolate covered ring with white chocolate curls and some salted caramel rains drizzled over the top. And this one is Comet, a salted caramel covered with golden crunch. So it is a sort of a white chocolate and caramel flavoured box, right up my street. So that is the roundup of the donuts that I have got, and each one of them is topped with a Malteser reindeer. Now I am just going to take one bite of each because these things, I mean, they're massive. I'm not going to take a bite that has the chocolate Malteser reindeer. I know what they taste like. Hopefully you know what they taste like. I'm just going to concentrate on the actual donuts themselves. So this one doesn't have a hole all the way through it, but it does have a sort of a well in the middle, which is filled with caramel. This is amazing. It's very sweet, but full of flavour. You can taste the creamy white chocolate icing, and the caramel is just so delicious. And the donut itself is light and fluffy. And when they're this big, I think that's really important, because if they're stodgy, they're really going to sit heavily in your stomach and fill you up. I do love a bit of fudge. Again, it's a lovely fluffy donut. The icing on top is sweet and creamy, but there's not too much of it. The fudge cubes do make it very sweet, but because there's not too much of the icing, it balances out. It's a really nice donut. We have this beauty. This is a white chocolate lover's dream. The caramel is much more subtle than the first one I tried, but the white chocolate flavour definitely is stronger, and the chocolate curls add a lovely crunch. It's delicious, and I like the fact that they do taste different to each other, because when you've got so many similar flavours, it can be quite difficult to get them to really taste distinctive. But Project D are nailing it with this box. And finally, stray fudge chunk, we have this one. That salted caramel is good, because you can taste that it is salted caramel, but it's not overly salted. It's just delicious. I am very happy with this box of donuts from Project D. This could be hard to beat, but I do have more donuts that I have to try, so I need to reserve judgment, but these ones are definitely a contender. And so it's on to the final box of donuts under the Christmas tree. And here they are. It's the Celebration 6-pack from Doughnut Time. This costs £26, and that includes delivery by DPD. But of course, me being me, I managed to find a discount code. Inside, there's a card that tells you what is what. And then, of course, we have the actual donuts themselves. Aren't they beautiful? They are absolutely massive, about the same size as Project D, and they look pretty damn delicious to me. So I'm going to give you a quick run through of each of them, and then get into my favourite bit, which is the taste test. Saint Nicholas peanut butter filled donut ball dipped in chocolate glaze, topped with chocolate and caramel curls, and a Snickers bar. Caram Elf donut filled with dulce de leche covered in a caramel glaze, topped with a chocolate drizzle, chocolate drops, and galaxy caramel. Bounty Hunter ring donut dipped in chocolate glaze, coated in desiccated coconut, and topped with bounty chunks. Little Twix ring donut dipped in a milk chocolate glaze, coated in golden Oreo crumb, topped with caramel and a Twix bar. Milky Slate donut ball filled with milk chocolate buttercream dipped in vanilla glaze, topped with a chocolate swirl and chunks of Milky Way bar. 'Tis the Season donut ball filled with malted custard dipped in milk chocolate glaze, topped with crumbled Maltesers. Before I get into actually trying the donuts, I am only going to be doing a taste test on 5 of them. Saint Nicholas, I will not eat. It's full of peanut butter and it's got a Snickers bar on top, and I really, really hate nuts. So rather than take a bite of it and waste it, I'm going to give the donut to someone who will actually enjoy it. So apologies in advance to any peanut butter lovers that may be watching, because I'm not going to be doing a taste test of that one. So I'm going to go through the others, and I'm going to go from the one that is my least favourite to the one that is my most favourite. So I wonder if you can guess which one is going to be up first. Bounty Hunter. I do like Bounty. Wouldn't be my first choice from a box of Celebrations. I would eat it if there wasn't really much else left. I find that Bounties can be a bit sickly sweet. Lovely donut, light and fluffy. It does have a good coconut taste, but the chocolate icing comes through as well. So it really does taste kind of like a Bounty cake. I think this is delicious, but if you don't like coconut, of course, you'll hate it. We're off to a good start. Here we have Milky Slate. You can actually see right there where it's been filled. So that's the bit that I'm going to bite into. It is a heavy donut. Wow. This filling is creamy and delicious. The icing on top is quite thin, which is good, because if it was any thicker, I think it would be too sweet. I want to take another bite so badly, but I'm going to make sure I get through the others first, because I will just end up eating the whole donut and then being too full to try the others. I know I'm not managing to bite through the chocolate bar toppings on them, but I'm guessing you probably know, if you're in the UK, what these chocolate bars taste like. 'Tis the season, which is very, very messy. This one looks like it may have got slightly squashed actually, but I'm sure it's still going to taste good. I think because it's filled with custard, it's maybe made it a bit of a softer donut. It's not as fluffy as the others. Doughnut Time do have several other festive donut options, but this is the one that I liked the sound of most. The Twix based one. I am going to try and get a bite of the Twix. Oh my God, okay, I actually can't get my mouth open wide enough to get the Twix and the donut in. This has got a lovely sweet caramel taste to it, and golden Oreos I do love. I just wish I could have got the Twix in my mouth, but it actually hurt my jaw. So of course, the one I saved to last is Caram Elf. Galaxy Caramel is one of my very favourite chocolate bars, and out of a box of Celebrations, it's probably the one I would go for first. And I think Mars bar would come second. Look at all that burn. That, again, is delicious, if sticky. They are expensive, but Doughnut Time really are good. If I had to choose a favourite from the ones that I've tried, it's between Project D and Doughnut Time. And in all honesty, I can't choose a favourite. They are equally good. My least favourite is going to have to be Krispy Kreme. I'm going to go wash this stickiness off my fingers, get the St. Nicholas ready for the lucky recipient, and there's nothing else for me to say except I hope to see you for the next upload, which will be on Sunday, Boxing Day. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.